Tua Tagovailoa. Honestly, I've been trying to process this. Been watching other people's opinions, seeing what they think, seeing what's going on, kind of waiting what's going on. But this sucks. Top 5 pick, either number one. He could have been the number 1 pick. He's either number 1 QB on people's board or number 2 QBs. He might drop now because of this injury that happened to him. He had injury history before, but he put his hip out of socket. Of course, everybody's putting this towards Bo Jackson. Same injury he had. And when he got it, he could not play football anymore. He played baseball for a couple more years till he had to get it replaced again, but he could not play football. So, teams might be worried. I don't blame them either. This is a very serious injury. Hopefully, by the time we get to the combine, we see him rehabbing at least. I don't want to see him really perform yet. I just want to see, is he rehabbing? How is he doing? If he's doing well, great. Perfect. I like that. Progress is the main thing. This sucks. Any injury sucks, but this is a real killer. We don't know what's going to happen with him. Right now, we hear good news. He went through surgery. He's doing well, but there's more progress to this still. There's more evaluation to happen still. With every injury, you can always, if you try to rush it, or even if it's taken care of properly, there's still worry it might not be fully healed like it's supposed to, especially with this injury. Watch the video some point where they talked about it. Like, it could be surgery gone well, but there's still possibility that, like, the bone or something, like, something happens to it where he needs the hip replaced. Kind of like Bo Jackson's situation, where the surgery went well, but they still need to do something. Like, he went a couple months, but eventually they needed the hip replaced because something wasn't right in the body. I'm not a doctor. I don't know much about the body, but, like, that's what I heard on what I watched. So, I don't know. There's a lot to take in from this. He could drop on people's draft boards, but will that really hurt him? I mean, he's going to get paid no matter what. Definitely should enter the draft process this year. I don't see why we wouldn't. He's still a first-round pick, unless, like, something worse happens. At this moment, the way things seem to be looking, finally got it out. The way things seem to be looking, he's still going to be a first-round pick. He might drop a bit, but he's still going to be a first-round pick. And who knows? This could be a blessing in disguise. It honestly may end up being one of the best things to happen to him. That's not something you want to say about injury, but it really could. I said that, yes. Like, it really could be the best thing that happened to him. Because, like, let's say, Miami Dolphins. Let's say he goes to Miami still. But Miami doesn't have to pick him as high now, because people are worried about his hip. He probably won't be as highly valued as he was before because of risk or concern, especially with his injury history in the past. There's just risk and concern. So Miami could take the best tackle in this draft with their first pick in Andrew Thomas. Some people may argue it's Spencer Ward. Who cares? They're going to take a franchise left tackle with their first pick, let's say. And then they can use some other picks to trade back up into the top 10. And then they can draft Tua. And I'm not saying they could, like, trade up, draft Tua, and with another pick, they can draft a running back or a wide receiver, either or. I imagine they can draft Jonathan Taylor. Let's say that. But, like, now you have Andrew Thomas, Tua Tagovailoa, Jonathan Taylor. Those are 3 very good players. And now, You have draft capital still. You can just build that offense. Build more of offensive lines. Draft more offensive linemen. Draft receivers you can throw to. You have the running back. You can literally just build around him. Best thing is, Tua doesn't have to play. You can have him sit a year. Have your rookies develop. Tua can sit, take time to rehab. You don't need him right away. You aren't playing to win now. You're playing for the future. You're playing for a franchise. So they can build around him. Offensive players develop. They learn what they can and cannot do. Then also they can have Josh Rosen play and get value out of him so they can use more draft capital next year to support Tua even more. And when Tua's healthy in 2021, he has receivers who know how to play a game. He has running backs who knows how to play a game. He has an offensive line that's at least decent, hopefully. And he has something there. I really want to see the Dolphins build up on their offense this 2020 draft. They can focus on defense in 2021. And then 2022, they kind of bounce it out. But, this might be best of both worlds. And, like I said, might be a blessing in disguise for Tua Tagovailoa. It might be a shocker, but it could be a blessing in disguise. Also, it's Tua Tagovailoa. Even if his hip isn't fully like what it used to be, if he can't run like he used to, oh, stinking well. You're drafting him to run. He's a quarterback. You're drafting him to throw. Last time I checked, you look at his throws, he's the most accurate college quarterback we've ever seen. He drops that. He has one of the most beautiful deep balls we've ever seen. Ever in football history. That's what you draft Tua Tagovailoa for. You don't draft him to run. You draft him to throw dots and dimes. That's what he's made to do. And that's why he's so valued as a quarterback right now. Don't think this hip's really going to hurt his draft stock. Because you don't draft him to run. It sure helps with escapability, but you don't draft him to run. He made history with his arm by being the most accurate quarterback we've ever seen. So, those are my thoughts on the Tua Tagovailoa injury. It's a gruesome thing to see. So, those are my thoughts on the Tua Tagovailoa injury. It might be a gruesome injury, but it could be a blessing in disguise. So, I want to hear what you guys have to say about it. I just want to hear other people's opinions about it. I'm open to everything, really. Do you agree with me or disagree with me? Put that down below as well. I want to understand why or why not. Of course, leave a suggestion for another video if you guys have one. I might end up doing it one of these days. Of course, thanks for watching. Make sure to click those links down there: Instagram, Twitter, Discord, and Patreon. And of course, just make sure to keep the sports leaf flowing throughout the day.